Hello everybody, this is Khashgar. Welcome to part 5 of Memory Tile game with Python and Turtle. Now, continuing with first method, we could get the first click from the user, and after we get the click, now we can take care of some stuff. So self.stamp here, we mark the place by color which we get from get coordinates and get color. We know where is it and what color is under the cover. And after we have to say self dot temporary selected self dot temporary selected dot append self dot items, and there are and C. Now we have the coordinates, and again here self dot temporary coordinates dot append self dot position. Now here the first line RC actually is the position like index of the item in our list, and second one is a position on the screen. So we have to take care of two things: the index number, where is the item in our list, and the second one, the position of the color on the screen. And okay, let's see if everything it worked, because now when we click on the color, it should appear the color under it. So yeah, now we have the color here, but nothing happened. So now we have to develop another method. We call it check. Define check self. Actually, the better way is we take care of the second click. So I get rid of this line here. We can do it later. After, when we click and when we somehow turning on the first tile, let's call the second click. Let's say self dot second. Actually, we can't call it this way because we have to call it by turtle on screen. So if we call it now like turtle dot on screen click self dot second, let's see what's happening. Let's see what's going to happen. Okay. The first one, the second one is referring to this checking the number, checking the position, and checking the index. So it looks okay. Maybe I don't need to write reset function. I will see. Let's just do it this way this time. But I remember that some error somewhere, so because of that I wrote two more function here. Alright, what we have there. Then in second click, let's get rid of these two lines too again. Now again, self dot get color RC self dot go to self dot get coordinates R and C, and after self dot stamp If you hear this sound, it's my dog. She is drinking water. Self.temp.selected .append self.items are and C. Now another one is self.temporary coordinate dot append self.position. Right. So let's see. Now we should be able to click 2 times and turn on 2 tile. This one and this one. Yeah. Camera do not really get coordinates. That's the typo. Line 151. Line 151. Yeah, that should be coordinates, not coordinates, or coordinates. Then I will copy this line and paste it on this line. Okay. Now what? Blue, green. Okay. All right. But anyway, we need to have 2 more functions here. Define reset, first click. It will be more cleaner this way, right? Self, and there we say turtle dot on screen click self dot first, and here define reset second click self, again turtle dot on screen click self dot second. So here, instead of calling this method, turtle method, directly, we can just say reset second click, something like that. So here, when we call the first click will call the reset click, and the reset click with use turtle on screen self dot second one, and it will call the second click, something like that. Now let's create our check function here, and after we have to come back to these 2 first and second click and add more lines here. Alright, but before we continue, let's see what we have with this first, what kind of data we have. We click on the screen, coordinate clear, temp selected clear, and here get the color. We have the color, self.go to self.coordinates. We are going to new coordinates, which is where we clicking, and we stamp on it here. Okay, and self.selected selected append self.item RC. It's a position on the screen, so let's print it out. So print self.temp selected. All right, and after self.temporary coordinates append self.positioned, we can also print it out. Then print self.temp coordinates. Now we will see what we have. Again, we can do it the same thing here. We just copy this line here. Copy after we append RC. Let's print it. And here, copy after we append the new coordinates. Then we see what we have, just to check if everything is fine. And when the game is finished, we can just remove these lines like a reference which color is where. So O here and H here, and here is the coordinates of the first element on the screen and coordinates of the second element, second tile on the screen, and this is the first element we click in our list and second element we click on the list. Now we can run very simple statement. If the first click temporary temporary items selected is same as temporary selected indexed 1, then you are correct. But before that, if we click on the first item and again we click on first item, what's going to happen? Because system say, okay, this first item is O, the second item is O, then you are correct. But we know that's not true. So let's write one small if statement here. Actually, before we go there, we have to write here self.reset here. No, that was in check. That was in check. Never mind. Never mind. I'm sometimes talking to myself. Sometimes I don't even know how to talk. So never mind. Where is my second one? All right, in second one, after we go to RC, if the second click is the same as the first clicks, we can check here if self.position equal self.temporary coordinates 0, then print this is the first tile. Choose another tile, something like that. And else we can do all these things. And yeah, one more time, trying. G, and this is the first tile, choose another tile. Again, this is the first tile, choose another one, and when we click on second one, we don't get that message anymore. Okay. Now, after we choose the second color, now we need to compare it. Then let's create a check. Self.check, and now we have to create this method, define check. If self.temporary selected 0 equal self.temp selected 1, then print correct. Okay, and after self.reset first click, so we can go back to game. And else we have to cover those two colors, all right, because we choose the wrong colors. So self.fill color again equal gray, and after for coordinate in self.temp coordinates self.go to coordinate self.stamp, after self.reset first click. It means here if we choose a correct color, if they're match, anyway it will call the first click and we continue for game. Else it will change the field color to gray. It will check the coordinates in self.temporary coordinates, go to those coordinates and stamp them again with gray color. And after, when this loop it's finished, is just again call the self reset first click, and here it will clear these two temporary data holders, which is one for coordinates, one for elements, and the game will continue. We can check now. Okay, the first one, A2 is to cover it because it's not correct. Now A here and here we can check. Okay, we have one A here, white and white. It's keep them on and light. So now we can go to another color. This one, no. These two, no. This one, no. And again, let's say E, and we have one E here. Okay, now I think I have to fix this E here, and this one. Okay, looks like we got the game somehow. And what if we click here? I have to do something about this, right? You see here we have index error. Let's copy this error here. And we can come here and say try all of these lines. Okay, everything here, except index error. After we can say print click on times. Okay, and call this method one more time, or we can call the reset first click here. So we copy this line here, come here. So it called the same functions, call itself. And again here, let's see if it works. Here, click on the tiles. Now we have to write the same try except a block for the second one. So again here we just put try all these lines except here we just change it to second. Except second, except index error and print, click on the tile and it will call this function again or method. All right. Maybe one thing we can do is when we click on the wrong tile, it gives us a little bit time before it shut down and cover it. Now when we click here, doesn't matter if we are in first click or second one, it will say click on tiles. Okay. For example, click on tile and here. Or for example, we have E on top left and we have E on fourth row here. Correct. And this one, and yeah, just here and here. Yeah. Okay, it's kind of game. It is kind of game. Yeah. So yeah, here was yellow. Anyway, what else we can do? Let's do that and create some slip with time if I have time up there. Yeah, I have. So here, second else, that's where go to color else. This is the first time. Coordinates. In check, yeah. Self dot else. Here we can say, okay, time that slip. 1 second. I think it's enough. Not bad. Okay, this one and this one. No. Yeah, it doesn't let to show. Then this time should be somewhere else. Sprint. What about the calling the check method a little bit later? Where set the check? Set that stamp. Maybe here. Time dot sleep 1. We can even wait in anyhow before calling the check function. Still, I'm not getting the result what I want. So the result I expect to get. Where we can create some delay here. Mhm, mhm. What here? Because in my original program, what I wrote, I don't have this. Sorry, I don't have this delay in my original code. Yeah, now is better. Now is better. Perfect. We have time to see. Okay, we click on wrong colors. So, all right, now it's good. Then one more time where I create a delay in for loop. So everything is processed, and before we start to cover the colors, it will wait 1 second for each loop. All right. Then what else we can do with this game? It's kind of long. I think we don't have much left. We just need to write some kind of scoring system. And I'm not going to write the text on screen. Everything can be printed on the screen. So we just need to have some check system and just think to and write the main function to call the necessary method to run for first time. And like I mean here, this line, we will put them all in one main function. Oh, it will be, or I don't know if I should write it now. Let's finish it. Then, because we don't want to refer this in all our methods, let's create one more attribute here. Call it self.count. Okay, is 0. And also one more self.correct equal 0. Yeah, and in check method here, after we print correct, here we can say self.correct plus equal 1, and if self.correct equal 10, which means we choose 10 times the right colors, and we are finished with colors anyway. So print something, you solve the puzzle with, for example, self.correct plus self.count moves or clicks, something like that. Actually, or we can just set the correct count a bit. No, we don't need to have correct here with count. Then we have to count every time we are clicking on this on the screen. So every time we check, we can increase the number of the check variable. So self.check plus equal 1 anyway. Now, for example, we are let me print it out also, and print self.check. Self.check unsupported operators for plus equal and int, yeah. but self.count is integer anyway. Self.check. Oh yeah, my bad. I just print self.check. No. It should be self.count. Self.count. I'm foggy. I don't know. I'm sometimes self.count. Okay. Now we should have print. And entry. Not increasing. We have to increase, and after we count it. That's yeah. Plus equal 1. One try, 2 try. Yeah, so here we have to add. You solve the puzzle with try moves. Yeah, so when we finish, we know how many times we clicked. Let's finish it. And for example, we have S up there and S in first one, S and S, F, F. We make a mistake here, okay? And we have A here, and we have A here. We got O, we have O here, we have G, G, and here E and E. Okay, what else? 2 red, blue. Okay, now correct, you solve the puzzle with 15 moves. Okay, the game is almost finished, it's playable. Now we just put all these things together and put them on main function. Define main. All right. And as always, if name equal main, then call the main function. All right. Now the game is finished, and now you can develop it even more. I don't know, like add some text on the screen, or if you get some error or something. Let me check one more time. And or increase the tiles. It's up to you. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and as always, if you like my videos, my tutorials, please subscribe, and I see you in next series of tutorials. I don't know if what I will come up, so it's I will see. Just take care. Thanks for watching. See you next time.